Hello and welcome to today's session. I am so excited to see you here today. Thank you so much for joining us for the launch of Microsoft's Explore the Digital Futures skills program here in Scotland. Let's jump straight in. Before we begin, I'm just going to let you know, so my name is Niall. I am currently the Digital Transformation Specialist here at Tablet Academy Scotland. So we are a Microsoft and Education Global Training Partner, and we're going to talk you through today's session on Microsoft's Explore the Digital Futures Skills Programme. So what does the Digital Future Programme actually aim to do? Well, Explore the Digital Future aims to prepare young people for the technology-driven world of tomorrow. It aims to demonstrate how diversity helps to build better technology and how it can be used as a force for positive change. The programme brings together the best resources from Microsoft and our industry-leading partners. Microsoft's mission is to empower every single person on the planet to achieve more, and that empowerment can change the world for the better. Our new digital skills programme is dedicated to transforming the technology industry through ethical values based on trust and inclusion. We want to ensure the tech industry of tomorrow is inclusive, welcoming and built for you. By you. After all, tech is for everyone and everyone is needed to make good tech. Microsoft's Explore the Digital Future programme aims to prepare young people with skills for the technology-driven world of tomorrow, demonstrate how diversity helps to build better technology and how it can be used as a force for positive change. Now, positive change, that's going to be our two key words for today. Keep them in the back of your mind whilst you're watching this presentation. Positive change. We're always driving forward to improve and to become a better world, a better society. Positive change. So what does the Digital Futures programme actually look like? Well, we've got our 5 modules in here. We've got Discover the Technology Industry, where the internal subject modules are the future of tech, Discover diversity and inclusivity, and Discover today's tech. Then we've got our 4 modules as well. We've got coding, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and big data. So all of these 4 modules will then follow a very similar model of explore, practice and apply. Okay? So let's jump right in to discover the tech industry. So here we have just a very quick overview. We've got our GIF here of the website. You'll see down the right hand side, we've got our sub-modules. We've got the future of technology, diversity and inclusivity, and today's technology. And look, we've got a smartwatch. I'm wearing mine here today. I wonder if you are too. Let me know, please do let me know in the comments. Maybe you've got an Apple Watch, maybe you've got a Fitbit, maybe a Huawei watch, maybe you've got Samsung like me. Please do let me know what kind of watch are you wearing. So we are going to have a wee look at the Digital Futures programme. So here we are on Microsoft Edge. I've opened it up, I've got it all ready for you, and we have searched just the keywords Microsoft, digital and futures. Just 3 keywords just to search for. And you'll see down here we've got our Digital Futures programme. The first one is a news article talking about how amazing the programme is, but we're wanting the second one. We're wanting the Digital Future programme. And here we are. Amazing. So here we have our Digital Futures programme website. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to make that full screen so it looks a wee bit nicer for you there. So we've got our front page on the website. It talks about all the different modules, that it's got a connection to the UK curriculum as well. So here in Scotland we've got our Curriculum for Excellence. All of these modules and all the pieces of work that you do link in to the Curriculum for Excellence. So we'll talk about that and I'll show you that when we go to each of the different modules. We've got Microsoft Experiences as well, so they host a lot of online and in-person experiences for your students. Young people can get insights on how the digital skills that they learn in the classroom are used in the technology industry every single day. We've also got our lesson guides on each of the modules. We've got videos to support you through, and we've got further events and resources. We will come back to them soon. So let's have a look at Discover. To discover the technology industry. So these 3 lesson plans introduce the technology industry, how it is making the world more accessible and inclusive, and its future societal impact. Each lesson will take roughly between 60 to 90 minutes to complete, and don't forget to download your certificates at the end. I will show you how to do that as well. It's really cool. I really like it. So I'm going to scroll down, and here we've got our 3 modules. Discover the future of tech, discover diversity and inclusivity, and discover today's tech. Okay, so we're just going to go to the first module. I can click or I can just scroll down. Look, we've got all 3 there. I'm just going to click just to show you. There we go. Discover the future of tech. Explore how technology is transforming careers across industry through discussion tasks, reflecting on students' own experiences, video case studies, and Microsoft initiatives as well. Students will also start to understand that the future workplace needs both digital and soft skills, and people who demonstrate inclusive behaviours and value diversity. So here we've got our outcome. Here we have our outcomes. Identify how technology is used in everyday life. Consider the impact of technology on different careers. Explore how technology is used as a positive force for change. And discover the people behind the technologies that impact the way we live. And here's all of our learning activities. The big question: when do you not use technology? Well, having a think about my day. So from when I woke up, my phone was my alarm. Here it is. I've got my phone as my alarm. Then when that didn't work to wake me up, my watch was my alarm. That was then going off. Then we got up and I used my electric toothbrush. I had my electric shower. I then got ready. Even small things like deodorant cans. It's all technology is used to make that. Then we've got my coffee in the morning. I had that from the Nespresso machine, so that created the coffee. Well, made the coffee for me. Used the toaster. I've still not even left the house yet. Got ready and put my shoes on and everything ready, left the house. Got into the car where I plugged in my phone as the sat nav, had that playing the music through for me as well. I was using things like the cruise control on the roads. I had my dash cam as well all set up. Still not even made it to work yet. So we use technology just to get on with our daily lives. So is there a time when you don't use technology? I'm thinking maybe something like when you're reading a book. Maybe, I mean, you could use an e-reader book, but maybe when you're reading a physical book, maybe you're not using a smartwatch. Maybe mine's saying workout detected. So maybe you're using an analog watch. Maybe you walked into work instead of drove to work. Maybe you used a bike or a scooter and you didn't have any technology on that. Maybe you didn't have a GPS or anything tracking you. Have a think. This is the chance for the big questions for your class. When do you not use technology? That is a really hard one. Then, that's just the starter. We're into part 1. So now you're going to explore technology, and then your extension is going to be the people behind the tech. I'm not going to go too deep into that for you. We've got a lot to cover today. So we've also then got our Discover Diversity and Inclusivity and Discover Today's Tech. So, I mean, that's great. It's not really a lesson plan though. It doesn't really support us as a teacher or with our students as well. It doesn't really give us anything. So you'll see on the right hand side that we've actually got there's some PowerPoint slides, but they've been made into PDFs. So we've got some downloads here. So I've got my educator guides and my student slides as well. We're going to go to the educator guides first. So here we are. As I said, these are PowerPoint slides that have been just made into a PDF. So we've got our opening page, and here we've got our module information. So let's just get it. There we go. You'll see up at the top, to start with, we've got our 4 parts. We've got the big question, then we've got explore tech, people behind the tech, and supplementary learning as well. These are all clickable, so I can click on the big question and it's going to take me to that part of the lesson. Let's scroll back up again. Excuse me. So we've got our module overview. Explore the rate at which technology is transforming careers. We've already read that, I believe. Yeah, I think we have. So that gives you our overview as the teacher, gives us our key learning outcomes that you can whack up onto your interactive smartboard or whiteboard that you've got. We've got our different parts of the lesson, and now we can actually dive into the lesson. So, when do you not use technology? Ask pairs to write down an activity where technology is not involved. You could share some examples such as going for a walk, eating at a restaurant, drawing a picture. Get the idea, but we still use technology in those areas, things like going for a walk. Maybe you've got your sat nav, eating at a restaurant. We're using the QR codes to check in. That's the word that I'm looking for. We're using QR codes for checking into restaurants now. Maybe you used your phone to actually book a table. Drawing a picture as well. Maybe you're using a smart tablet to do that. Or maybe you're using your iPad or your Microsoft Slate. Maybe anything that you're using could be transformed into a digital version of that activity. But when do we not use tech is the big question there. Then we can start our discuss part of the lesson. Then we can start going into the main part of the lesson. So what is technology? Create a mind map of ideas of students, how they define technology. This could include what technology means to them, how it impacts their lives, and the advantages and disadvantages. Then we can explore how has technology transformed the way we work. Then we can go into discuss. How does technology make life simpler? We've got some lessons videos there as well for us to watch as a class or individually, asynchronously. And then we've got the next part of explore technology. I'm not going to go too deep in for you. And we've got people behind the tech. So this is the next part of the lesson. Okay, so we can actually go to the lesson slide. Now you'll see that they've got the lesson slides on the left. Lesson slide 7, lesson slide 8. These aren't clickable because they're actually on the student slides. So I can click on student slides. And these are the ones that you would give your students. You could put them up on your Microsoft Teams, on your Google Slides, it's absolutely up to you. Google Classroom, sorry. And it says, look, lesson slide 1, the big question, when do you not use technology? So for the students, we've gotten rid of all the wording, the outcomes, everything that the teacher would maybe use, and use for their planning, use for working at next steps. The students have just got the image and the main learning part there. When do you not use technology? Question number 2, what is technology? Slide number 3, how has technology transformed the way we work? We've got a bit of information in there. Okay, so as we scroll down, we've got loads, all of our different slides, all of our different learning. We've got the videos that we can click on, we've got links as well. I'm not going to watch those just now, but we've got all that information there as well. So those are the student slides. And lastly, so I'm just going to close them down because we're not going to need them. We actually have the curriculum on the right hand side. So we are in Scotland, so we can see how this course relates to the curriculum in Scotland. So the curriculum for excellence, we get our 3rd and 4th level. So remember, these lessons are kind of aimed at children from 11 to 16 roughly age. Obviously you could do it with the younger ones and just tailor the questions yourself. You could do that with even older ones as well. It's absolutely up to you. But generally these lessons are aimed at 3rd level to 4th level in the Scottish curriculum. So we've got our information. Let's delve a wee bit deeper. Download the full curriculum guide. Here we've got every piece of information you could need for your planning. So explore the digital futures. We're going to go for discover the future of tech. Okay, so there's our first lesson. Here we have our experiences and outcomes that we've used. We've got digital literacy 3rd and 4th level. We've also got literacy and English 3rd and 4th level experiences and outcomes, and our technological developments in society and business 3rd and 4th level experiences and outcomes. Okay, it has them all here. Every single lesson within the module, so every single modules within the digital skills program are included here. We've got every single one listed, so it's fantastic for your planning. You know that this will link in with the curriculum. Okay, so there we go. That is the Discover the Technology Industry. So let's pop back. So now that we have had a look at Discover the Tech Industry, let's take a look at our next modules. So you'll see that they all follow the same pattern. Explore, practice, and apply. So here we've got our coding, explore, coding, practice, coding, apply. Artificial intelligence, explore, artificial intelligence, practice, artificial intelligence, apply. So they all follow that same structure: coding, AI, Internet of Things, and big data. Okay? So the next 4 web pages will look very similar, but they're all your different modules and lessons, okay? So let's have a wee look. First then we have coding. So here we have a very quick and brief example of what the website looks like. You'll see we've got the same as the previous module. We've got our lessons on the left, we've got our information slides for educators, slides for students, and you've got your curriculum on the right as well. So let's go to the coding website. So I'm going to come down to Edge, there we go, and we are going to go to coding up at the top. Just going to make it full screen for you. There you go, a wee bit easier to see. So here we've got coding up at the top. Okay, so coding, explore the skills and careers that coding can develop. Give students the opportunity to explore the careers coding can offer, the human skills it can develop, and how we can dispel coding misconceptions. Each lesson will take roughly, again, 60 to 90 minutes to complete. Don't forget to download your certificate once completed. Again, we'll come back to that. Okay, so let's explore coding. We've got our 4 different parts to the modules: explore, practice, and apply. Let's go explore. Here is the first part of our coding module. So, why do people code? In this module, students will be given the opportunity to explore some of the less obvious careers that use code and the human skills that coding helps to develop. Students will also explore the gender stereotypes that still exist in tech and why we must dispel these misconceptions. Okay, so the outcomes: understand the different reasons why individuals choose to code, explore some of the surprising careers that require coding skills, and discover some of the skills that are needed for a career that uses code. We've also got challenge the misconceptions and stereotypes in code. So here's our activities. We always start with our big question: why code? Why do we code? Why do we not just get some website to do it? Why don't we just pay someone to do it? Well, they need to learn the code. Someone has coded that website that helps you to code your app, that helps you to code your game, helps you to create Scratch games and Scratch animations and every single thing that you create using your computer, your tablet, your whatever you're using, uses code. So why do we need code? It's the future. We need it for the future. So let's have a look at part 1, the work that coders do, part 2, the benefits of coding, and part 3, diversity in code. So that's our 3 learning activities. And then we've got the opportunity to practice. So we're going to practice creating code and editing code and playing around with code. So using one of Microsoft's coding platforms, students will apply concepts covered in part 1 of the module to create their own program. So you're going to learn, you're going to explore, then you're going to practice, okay? And lastly, we're going to apply that coding knowledge, okay? So let's come up to the lessons before we click on those. Explore coding. We've got our downloads on the right. So here we go, Educator Guide, Student Slides, and we've got Scottish curriculum. So Educator Guide looks like this, exploring code. I'm just going to slide down. So we've got, again, everything at the top is clickable, the big question, the work that coders do, benefits of coding, diversity in code, and supplementary learning as well. We've got our key outcomes there, and we've got our questions. So notes for teachers, we've got the video there to watch as well, the work that coders do, benefits of coding, we've got the answers to the quiz, okay. And we've got our lesson slide numbers on the side, and we've got our student slides. So we've got explore code, lesson slides. So why do we code? We've got our video there to help us explore that big question. We've got the work that coders do, entrepreneurs, Lego model designers. Cool, for coding, I like that. And we've got our quizzes as well, we've got our questions. So true or false, just 17% of tech jobs in the UK are held by women. I'll let you find out that answer for yourself. Oh, no I won't, there it is. True, just 17% of tech jobs in the UK are held by women, despite nearly 70% of women surveyed across the UK saying that they would be interested in jobs in the tech sector. Interesting, maybe that's something that we can have a wee look at in our future modules as well, because we're going to have a look at the gender gaps and gender stereotyping used within the tech industry. So that's something you could cover with your class. True or false, there is no difference between a coder and a programmer. What do you think your answer is? Have a think. The answer is False! A coder is anyone who can write code that complies and runs as intended. Being a programmer means that you can actively think about abstract solutions to a problem before you're even touching code. Great! Okay, so here are our student slides for your class to use. So we're going to go back. Again, we'll have a look at how this links to the curriculum. So in Scotland, we've got 3rd and 4th level, and we can download the full curriculum guide to see your E's and O's. Okay, so let's have a look now at this one. Our next module, which is artificial intelligence. Now, remember me saying that all the next 4 are pretty similar? So they're going to look pretty similar. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the next ones, just so that you can see what these look like. So let's pop back, scroll up to the top, and there we go, artificial intelligence, AI. Explore the concept of AI and help students to develop skills and careers in artificial intelligence. Again, these lessons are all aimed for the ages of roughly 11 to 16. You could use them with the younger years or even older students as well. It's absolutely up to you. They're intended for level 3, level 4 learners, and they will take roughly 60 to 90 minutes to complete. Okay, so we've got, again, all clickable, explore, practice, apply. Here is our exploring AI. So the big questions for artificial intelligence. Do you trust artificial intelligence? It's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere, but do you trust it? How much information do you actually give away? Do you use something like an Alexa or a Google Home? Do you use any of these artificial intelligence devices? Things to think about and questions to ask your students. Okay, we've then got part 1, enhancing human capability, part 2, creating solutions with artificial intelligence, and an extension, how is AI already being used? So, as with all our other modules, we've got our explore, we've got our practice, so there's the chance to practice the skills you've learnt in AI and try some of the skills out, and lastly we've got apply in here as well. So we've got some really cool things, we will come back to them towards the end. Again, on the right hand side, we've got our educator guides. Click on those for you. We can scroll down, all of your learning is included in there. And we've got our student slides as well. Again, all of your learning is included. And lastly, we've got our Scottish curriculum links, 3rd and 4th level, and you can click on the link there to take you to the PDF that has all of the E's and O's for the full Discover the Future skills programme. Our next module. Let's have a look. Internet of Things. Again, here we've got a quick GIF of what the website looks like. We're going to follow explore, practice, and apply. So let's go to that website. Scroll up to the top, and we've got Internet of Things. Explore the skills and careers the Internet of Things can develop. Again, they're focused on ages 11 to 16, and they're going to take roughly 60 to 90 minutes to complete. We've got our lessons. We've got Explore the Internet of Things. The big question for this one is, what is the connection between an oyster and the internet? You know, I don't know the answer to that. Something that has now got me thinking, but it's a question that's going to get your students thinking as well. Maybe the first part of learning is, what is an oyster? And then you can start looking at how is that connected to the internet. Okay, we've then got part 1, Internet of Things and Industry, and part 2, Changing Everyday Lives with Internet of Things. We can explore, now we can practice, so we're going to practice the learning. Can you, Internet of Things it? Encourage students to apply what they've learned to real life challenges and applying this learning to global issues as well. And lastly, we've got our apply part of the module. Up on the right, we've got our, we've got our downloads, so we can download the educator guides, student slides, so I'm going to click on them just now just to show you. All of your learning is taking place in here, all of your planning, student slides as well. Here we go, you can share these out on your Microsoft team. And we've got our curriculum links as well, with the link there to all of the modules. Okay, let's head back. Internet of Things, and lastly we've got big data. Okay, again a GIF quickly of what the website looks like. We're going to focus the explore, practice and apply. So let's pop back, scroll all the way to the top and onto big data. Explore the concept of big data and help students to develop skills and careers in data. These lesson plans will help your students to understand the difference between big data and traditional data. Again, these lessons are kind of planned for students that are aged between 11 to 16 roughly, and they're going to take approximately 60 to 90 minutes to complete. We follow explore, practice and apply, and here is your first lesson. The big question is, how big is big data? How big is big data? A great big question for your students to answer. We've got where does big data come from, the application of big data and the future of big data too. So we've got explore, we're now into practice. So we've got the data visualizations, so you can explore how you can create data charts, graphs and maps, and using big data as well. And lastly, we've got our applying section in there. So and we've also got our downloads, so educator guides, student slides and the curriculum links. So here's explore big data, we've got our educator guides, we've got our student slides, all your videos, all your questions and your curriculum links. So I'll show you for this one as well. So here we go, let's go down to explore big data, there's your curriculum links as well. Okay. So now that we've done all of those, I said that I would talk about the certificates. So here we've got our certificate for the module. So I can click on there and download the certificate. And look, I've got my certificate for my learning. So I can actually type in my name, Niall, and today's date, which is the 20th. In fact, let's put, there we go. There's my certificate. Now I could print that, I could save that as an image, and I could put that up on Teams, I could put that up on maybe the website we're creating, we could put that up on our evidence books that we're using. Whatever you're using, you could save that certificate, and there we go, we've got evidence of our learning. So now we're going to have a look at apply. Now I'm going to go to coding just because it's got an extra option in there, but they're pretty much all the same. So we've got apply coding. So take your students' coding skills to the next level by applying them in projects. Now this is the same for discover, coding, AI, Internet of Things and big data. So if I come down to the bottom, we've got ways that we can apply our coding. So we can join the Imagine Junior Cup. So here we've got, I think it starts in January for, January 2022 is the next Junior Cup, so you can watch the previous live ceremony and the discussion around last year's event, and you can prepare for this year's event. We've got explore Minecraft challenges as well. So we've got, these are all lessons that you can apply your skills from the coding, from the Internet of Things, from big data, and apply them to Minecraft learning, which is incredible. So we could have a look at things like equity and inclusion, social and emotional learning, computer science, maths. Amazing. Like, I would have loved to play video games to learn as a child. That would it would absolutely draw me in. I'm very sure that your students will love this too. So I'm not going to show you that just now because I don't want to run out of time. You've got the learning paths as well and further coding skills that you can apply your skills to. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you have learned so much about the Explore the Digital Future Skills programme from Microsoft. I know that I've had a great session. Thank you so much for your time. Please do pop your comments into the comments section. If you've got any questions, please let me know. You can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube at Tablet Academy SC for Scotland. Or you can find me, it's just my name, at Niall Ridgway. Okay, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let me know how you got on, and please do, if you've got any certificates from learning, if you've got any examples, any videos, any pictures that you have from the Digital Skills programme that you've taken part in, please do fire them to us on Twitter, on all the social medias. Let us know how you have gotten on. Thank you for your time. I will see you again in our next session. Bye!